know. I feel, especially in my industry, people are very off put. It's kind of sad because
Yeah.
here's the thing, you're just making me think about this right now, and I won't say who the person is. Obviously, that would be gossip. I'm not going to talk about people, but
Yeah.
personally,
No
I've
spilling tea.
had young actresses, young people say to me, they're on medication, they're completely depressed, they feel like life is hopeless, they've been suicidal. And
Hmm.
I say, there is hope there for me personally. There's hope, and that hope is Jesus Christ, and
Hmm.
he's real and powerful and loves, God loved the world so much. That's why it's the most beautiful message. He loved the
Yeah.
world. That's every person. It's every religion. It's every person that was ever born, past, present, and future. He loved the world so much. And that's why he sent his son to that cross and, sent him into the world on that first
Yeah.
Christmas. He was the God man that lived a sinless life. And it's so beautiful, his love for us. And it's so powerful. And you can tell people this, that, you know, for God so loved the world that he gave his only son, so that whosoever believes in him will have the gift of eternal life.
Hmm.
And you can accept that or reject it. God's a God of grace and love. He's not going
Yeah.
to, say comply or die.
Yeah.
No.
Or,
But we're
here
all
comes a lightning bolt if you don't. Yeah.
but we're all going to die. It's
Yeah.
like, that's real. We're all going to die. And fear of death prevents people from living.
Hmm.
And
That's exactly.
depression, even as a Christian, I suffer from depression. It's a physiological thing. There's
Yeah.
also brain makeup and things, but
And we're human,
God, yeah, we're human, exactly, and we all are going to fail until the day we die.
Hmm.
But the beautiful thing is God's love picking up that slack, and how he does give us with his word, the Bible, these beautiful gems. And you tell people that because you love them, because
Hmm.
you've got, you want to share God's love. And for me, it's so sad because I'll tell someone, it's the saddest thing there is when somebody is hopeless. You offer them hope and they say no, and they're still
Hmm.
miserable, and then they try to, self-help,
Yeah.
or,
Self-medicate.
psychological hoops they go through, and, they'll have, it's circumstances that make them happy. And the
Hmm.
difference is, for us, Aaron, circumstances don't matter when you have God. In
Yeah.
fact, some of the happiest, and that's supernatural, some of the happiest people I've ever seen are suffering the very worst. And
Hmm.
even, the worst, going through the worst kind of suffering, and a joy, a real joy. Only God can do that.
Absolutely. And just to kind of touch on what you were saying too, I've noticed a lot of my interactions with those that aren't, I wouldn't say non-believers, but just because a lot of when Christianity or when your religion is absent, other things will fill it. And I think sometimes people will fill that absence with substance, or they'll fill it with something else. And I think, I've had conversations with friends that aren't Christians, and whenever I bring up my faith, it's usually met with, well, this thing right here on paragraph 12 in the Bible of, this, or hey, I had a bad experience with this one church a long time ago.
Yeah.
And my comment is, yeah, but that's, you're talking about the human flaws,
Yeah.
the human, like, they're, when you're not talking about God's love, you're talking about like human error. I can
Yes.
understand if you had a bad experience with a priest. And I'm not going there with it, but
Yeah,
like,
that's awful, but that has nothing to do with God. He
exactly.
didn't do that. Yeah.
And like my mom's going through right now, she's losing her husband so recently. I mean, it was less than a month ago, yet she's fine. And it's weird because my wife lost her mom in January, and my stepfather was a minister. He was talking to us, and he put things in perspective about. He said that if it's her time, if God feels like it's her time, it's her time. And he really kind of, and it was that, if you think about that, it's actually comforting, because it's kind of like that realm of concern versus realm of control. If there's the things that you can control in your life, yeah, focus. You can worry about those, focus those. But anything that's beyond your control, if you leave to God, it'll get taken care of. It's and
Mhm.
worrying about it's just going to make you feel sick. And now he's passed, and my mom, although it's breaks her heart,
Yeah.
so many things in her life now. There's so many people that he's touched as being a minister, and the congregations and people and family are just rallying around my mom and everything, helping her, guide her with this, that, like what to do with the house, what to do with this and that. And she just feels that overwhelming love. And to me, that's tremendous. To me, that's God's love. That's that comfort. When that's what happens when, and like you said, you could have the most tragic thing happen to you, but you can still be and positive, and not like blindly positive, like I'm still
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah, oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can cry and still be happy. There's different
Yes.
happiness is a spectrum. It's a spectrum from,
Hmm.
contentment in the worst circumstances to ecstatics where you celebrate something. Yeah, exactly. Happiness is not just happy.
Yeah.
Oh, look, my husband died. Yay.
Yay.
No. Yay, I have cancer.
I,
Woo!
I would worry about somebody that celebrates when their husband dies. I'd start to
No.
look at that will and
No, that's
yeah,
pretty bizarre.
yeah,
Yeah, no.
drink your tea, honey.
Yes, exactly. Oh my god, yeah.
Catch new episodes of Mental Health Mondays every Monday morning at 7 a.m. Start your week off with a smile and some inspiration.